Hey guys, today I'm gonna be telling you the top 10 hardest gloves to get in slap battles. Alright, so for number 10 we have Flame Ring. Now, Flame Ring was pretty interesting because you had to find 5 overkills, which is very expensive. It costs 1,000 Robux. And then you had to kill them with Boomerang, and Boomerang is an okay glove, like you can get some kills with it. But the fact that you have to do 5 different overkills just makes it like 10 times harder. If it was just the same overkill, like Shard or something, then it would just be so much easier. And this probably okay. The reason why RNG is number 9 is because you have a 1 in 100 chance to get it every time you slap somebody. It's like the reverse thing, but like but with slapping. And it took me so many tries to get 100 power. And you have to specifically get 100 power. And it just took so long for me because I just don't like using dice. It's a pretty bad glove in general because most of the time you're gonna get like 10 power. But it was not fun to get. I did not like using dice. And this is not a good glove. I don't recommend getting it. Just use Anchor. It has the same power. Alright, so for number 8, we have Kinetic. Now, alright, take the situation for example, okay? You have a stun, alright? And then there's like a Moai glove in the server, right? And the Moai glove won't help you. Because the only way you could possibly get like hit 100 times is with the Moai glove because it has such a fast cooldown. And it's just not fun to get. Like, you have to stun 50 players with the stun ability and ragdoll 100 times. And most of the time, you're gonna get those ragdolls by the Moai glove. And you don't even know how many times you stunned somebody or got ragdolled. The main problem is just the stun ability because it has such a long cooldown. So it's gonna take you like 10 minutes like without dying. So yeah, Kinetic is not a fun glove to get. And alright, so the main problem with Elude and Counter is you just join like a 1 player server in hopes of finding the keypad. And most of the time you're not gonna find it. But if you do actually find it, then somebody is just gonna steal it. And that is not fun. You like try so hard looking for that one server with that one keypad just for it to get stolen. And the maze is pretty easy. Like, Counter is pretty easy. You just have to survive for 3 minutes and get like Pimp stuck or something. And Elude is even easier because you just have to collect 4 relics. I got on my like second or third try. So yeah, that's why Elude is number 7. Number 6, we have Fish or Voodoo. And it's just how long it takes because you have to just stand there and do absolutely nothing, which is pain, and it's just not fun to get. You know, most of the time you're gonna be doing something else, and it's a boring glove to get. But Fish is pretty good, but Voodoo is just like budget detonator. So number 5 is Chain. Now, I actually got this glove when it was like pretty new, and I mean, it was pretty hard to get because you had to like find the code. You have to get the code, and this was before the cheat sheet was out. And it was not fun doing math on the Friday. I hate doing math. Actually, I kind of like it, but still, it was like the square root of something, and then plus, and like 3 plus 3. It would just be entirely luck based. Oh my god, the most annoying thing is POW users. They would go to the attic thing, whatever it is, a cabin, and spam the POW thing over and over again. I couldn't even get the code. Like, getting the code was just the hardest part of it. And on top of that, you had to enter the code. One time, I was like super close to getting it. Like, I actually knew the code. And then some random person came, and I entered the correct code, and they pressed the green button. So they got the badge, and I didn't. It's unfair, and I hate getting chained. And I don't even use it. Alright, number 5 is Kraken. Kraken was pretty hard to get because I kept on like holding out my glove, which increases your hitbox like so much. And like I didn't even know of the method of when you slap the tentacle like right next to each other to do double damage. I didn't even know about that method, and I didn't even know that you could use default to get in. And by the time when I tried it, they just patched all of those glitches. Like I think just the hardest part is having a 5-minute cooldown and like always dying the first time, or when you get like super close. Like one time I was like one cycle away from hitting him, and I just died like at the last second. It was the last part, and I was so mad. Like I stayed up all night for that, and I got it the day after. It was not fun. It was not fun to get. Don't recommend. I know you're gonna be mad about this, but for number 4, Bob. Let me explain, okay? I know you're mad about this. Be quiet, okay? You could just press E, reset, and then do that again. Or you could just go into like some safe spot like here or Slapple Island or Moai and just spam E. It's not like the chances, sure, they're pretty high, but it just takes a lot of time. But like the other ones, like for example, when you're trying to get fish or voodoo, you're gonna get targeted. Like players can affect you when you're trying to get Bob. Like the other ones that I'm gonna list, like top 3, those are way harder because it involves players, and Bob you can just get on your own. So yeah, that's why Bob is number 4. Number 3, we have Detonator. To some people, this will come as a surprise because you have to deal with teamers, you have to deal with sweaty, no life witch gloves, you have to deal with annoying faculties, that one pack-a-punch noob, and a POW. All in acid. But before they added faculty and other gloves, there was pack-a-punch, tank, vigorous, and aerialist. And the best was pack-a-punch because you didn't have to pick up any items and you get 10 power. And that's how I got Detonator. It only took I think it took 17 tries, which is still a lot. But there was no faculty and no witch. It was just pack-a-punch. And you could one-shot anybody that's at acid. So yeah, that's why Detonator is number 3. Alright. So number 2 is Megarock. I hate Megarock, but I got it. Like the fact that you have to stay in a rock for 10 whole hours to get one glove. Like sure, I think you need 45 slaps for diamond. But 10 hours! 10! I've tried it 3 times, okay? The first time, I unplugged my computer, and then my computer went into sleep mode. So I failed. I was 7 hours in. The second time, it was Halloween, okay? And I went right here, okay? And I blocked the Hollowjack grave. And I had my auto clicker, okay? But the Hollowjack grave spawned and my mouse was touching the the holojack grave, and I clicked it because I had auto clicker on, and then I died. I was so mad because of that. That was like my second attempt, and then the third attempt, it was like a weekend. I think it was like a Sunday, and then I just watched Mr. Beast, like old videos, for 10 hours, and I got the badge, and it was just so stressful. I just like got out the rock and saw if I had it, which I did, thankfully. Else I would be 10 hours down the drain again. So I've spent a day trying to get Mega Rock. It's not fun. It's an okay glove, but I killed a 250 with it, so I'm not complaining. But for number 1, we have Trap. Like, how do I even begin? Like, Trap is just so hard to get, and it's one of the worst gloves in the game. Like, would you rather, okay? Spend 10 hours to get Mega Rock, or spend like an entire day trying to get Brick? Well, trying to get Trap, which is a useless glove that's just not really useful. I mean, sure, you can get Moai. Oh my god. Moai is such an overpowered glove, only used for kinetic. First time I was trying to get this glove, I was like at 943, okay? And somebody was targeting me. Well, us, meaning like people that were helping me. And like I was standing at that Moai tree. I always do that. But the default user from the default arena only came out of nowhere, jumped down, and started slapping us. And he did it for like 15 minutes straight before he even killed me. And it felt so bad. I just hated it. Like, doing that was not fun. It's never fun. Especially doing it for like 83 minutes. Like 20 seconds. It's just not fun. I've done it like, I've attempted it like 10 times. 9 out of 10 times, it was not my, no. Like 2 out of 10 times, it was not my fault. Like, I got kicked because I was like auto clicking it, and like the other 8 times people just killed me because I was like winning a small server and always went to the Moai tree. And the time when I actually did get it, okay, it was pain, okay? So it was like a 2-player server. One person was like getting Mega Rock and I was getting Brickmaster. He was chill, okay? And like only one person tried joining, but they just got bored because they just saw Diamond just sitting there. And I was like sitting right here. So like it wasn't hard when there's like no troll. It's not hard when there's like no trollers. But if there's a troller, just don't even try. If there's an annoying like space user, just don't. It's not worth it. Just don't even try. It's such a hard glove to get, and it's not even good. Don't get it.